Hey to my road warriors who've been grounded. Bummer. So happy to be here with you today. I've got the funnest topic for us to talk about. I keep seeing threads everywhere about why can't I stay out of the refrigerator? I mean, that's really, when you think about it, that's the topic at hand. Why can't I stop eating? It is so funny that I've seen people say it's because I'm bored or it's because I'm working from home and the refrigerator is right around the corner. It's just so funny. And I fell into this myself. Please, I had huge shame about this. As a coach, I should know better, but I couldn't stop myself. And then I started to think about, well, wouldn't it be funny just to talk about with people where this is coming from and what you can do in order to change that habit, because it's not a good one. You don't want to come out of the back end of this and not be able to fit into your suits and things that you need to wear in real meetings, right? So I wanted to talk to you today about something called the human experience. We have been living in an amazing time. Probably the last 5-10 years, things have been really, really good in our economy. We've gotten almost complacent, and I'll even use the word entitled, because things have been easy. We've been able to stay on the positive side of life quite often. But truly, the human experience was built to be 50-50. There's some positive and there's some negatives. And without the negative, you wouldn't even appreciate the positive. We won't even dive into that part. We just want to know that there are times like this that's going to come up. And it should be expected, but it's hard to adjust because our brain is wired to want pleasure. And so the question is, when you're over here on the negative side, which a lot of us are, just based on, working conditions, being at home, some of us have our kids around. I can't even imagine how you're doing that. But you're feeling stressed, you're feeling a little bit challenged, you're not getting the results you're used to getting. And so your desire is to move from the negative side back over to the positive side. Here's the funny thing, and here's where the refrigerator comes into play. I'm going to draw this over here, and we're going to call this false pleasure. False pleasure. That's instant gratification. When you are feeling challenged or in a negative space, instead of working harder to get over here, we actually tend to migrate over here to food, alcohol, even online shopping, going out to Amazon and, finding something to get that quick hit of buying something and having something fun coming to the house, sitting watching Netflix instead of doing the things you need to do. It is totally natural for your brain to push you in the direction of instant gratification. But I call it a net negative experience, because notice what's happening here is that the further you go towards this instant gratification, the farther away you are from true long-term success and happiness. We'll take the refrigerator again, because it's just something everybody can relate to. The more you're over here binge eating popcorn, drinking wine, relaxing, getting that quick instant gratification, the farther away you are from reaching your goals of having, being healthy and feeling good about yourself. This happens in sales too. If you can relate to this with, I'll call it procrastination. We all suffer from that sometimes, because when we are trying to make our sales goals, one of the things that's important to do is reach out and connect with people we don't know. So some people call it cold calling. Other people say, I just need to, create more activity, create more relationships. But what happens is when we think about doing that, we start feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Will they reject me? Will I make a fool of myself? Will I ruin an opportunity? Will I shut the door before I even have the chance, right? So you're nervous about trying to get that connection instead of really digging in and getting the win and making the connection. What you tend to do is procrastinate over here and find other things to do that feel better. Make sense? That's an incredible thing that happens in our heads that we have control over. Here's the thing. When you notice yourself going towards the refrigerator, when you notice yourself going towards an instant hit of gratification, stop for a minute and think about the long term. Like, is this going to get me closer to what I want to do and be in the future? And it's not easy. Believe me, people, it's not easy. But what you have to do is move from that part of your brain, the kind of the primitive part of your brain that's pushing you towards immediate pleasure, and get up into your head, into the neocortex, the part that knows the strategy, that knows exactly where you want to be and what you have to do to get there, and just take a move towards it, the next best step towards that goal. Once you accomplish that little bit of a next best step towards your goal, you're going to keep going. You're going to forget that urge that you had for instant gratification, and you're going to move closer to the goals that you know you want long term. Hey, listen, this is not an easy thing to do without help sometimes. So if there's anything that I can do, as a coach, I've been trained to work with your brain and help you understand, what's going on and what you want to create for yourself. Definitely connect with me. I'd be happy to help. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.